We are back. That was, again, your interview with American Mojo. And now, next up, we have Team PlayingToDie versus Endangered Danimals. Casting with me today is the one, the only, Uberancy. Uberancy, you there, bud?
No, I don't exist. Just kidding.
Okay, guess I'm solo casting. XDDDDD. So, looking at the drafts, we have PlayingToDie, that's Shizinjorb, versus Endangered Danimals. That is Danimal and Pershtis. I think I said his name right. Don't quote me on that. And I got this draft pulled up. It is on Serona. We have the first ban from PlayingToDie going to be Swiggins. And then Endangered Danimals is going to ban out Froggy and Penny. PlayingToDie is going to ban out Genji. First pick Nah. That's the first time we've seen him today. Endangered Danimals then going to go ahead, pick up Leon, ban out Raylan. PlayingToDie going to respond with a Kesnia pick and a Rocco ban, and Endangered Animals going to finish it off with a pick of Skordir. Uberancy, how are you feeling about these comps?
Well, it's Serona, so once again, the air advantage and the height advantage is always something nice to have, although it doesn't make the biggest difference. Also, I've just noticed I'm actually Nick. Nice. Oops. But either way, with the comps here, Skordir and Clunk, really beefy team. Like, you've got lots of damage and lots of just health and beefiness, really strong auto attacks too. Not the fastest team, but if you get a couple of nice throws, that can be some good lockdown. And then you got a Gnaw. Like, freaking jokes aside, Gnaw can work. He's got some nice slow and amp damage on Spit if you buy the right upgrades, and he can do some like nice plant slam damage and can really lock down an area like Serona mid, which is kind of important. But against such a beefy team, and especially one that could really take care of weedlings quite easily, like say with just those strong auto attacks and the nuke, it's kind of a debatable pick, but it was like the first pick, so I guess the other team kind of played around that. And then you've got Ksenia, really good damage, and can definitely like melt some tanks pretty quickly, just because of the strong auto attack. But you got to be careful of getting in close against Clunk if he goes for snare bite or really strong slow, like gets that 40% slow early on. But I'd say that honestly, I would say that the pick is in favor of Endangered Danimals, just because Gnaw might not be the best pick against two really beefy Gnaws. And I also think that in the draft screen that Leon is in the picks instead of Clunk.
Oh, you're right. That's my bad. I looked at the draft wrong. That is actually, I'm messing up all over the place. Sorry, guys. I got so excited with that super lit interview that I. Yeah.
Super lit interview, yeah, just talking about sandwiches. Got them Uncrustables.
Yeah.
Very professional.
Hey, can you stop hating? Thank you. That's
oh, sorry.
Very on-gamer-like of you.
He's gonna ban me if I hate on him.
I'm already reporting you to Geronimo, dude.
Oh crap! I'm gonna get an in-game ban for a week. Nobody else has had that happen to them, right?
No one that I can think of.
But yeah, either way, I'd say the draft is in favor of Endangered Danimals, but we'll see how the Gnaw works. I'm kind of interested. Interested.
I'm interested too. So let's go ahead and get into this, my friend. I am at the 12-second mark. Would you like to give us a countdown?
Yes. 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, on the blue team, we have Danimal playing your Clunk, Pershtis playing your Skordir. On the red side, we have Shiz playing her Kesnia as she moonwalks in the Kesnia way. And Jorb is going to be playing your Gnaw. Uberancy, how do you think the first blood's going to go down?
How do I think the first blood is going to go down? Probably a good throw on Gnaw, or some bait from Ksenia, baiting out the abilities and whatnot, and then getting the pick on Clunk while he's low or has no abilities.
Everyone's in
I think that's what it's going to come down to, but actually, I'm completely wrong. Shiz is taking a bunch of damage from Skordir and going to go down to the DOT after taking a couple of quick punches there. So, completely wrong. Don't listen to me for gaming advice, but Jorb taking a lot of punches here, very hurt, but manages to get that health back and slip away. And the nice thing about Gnaw is he can place some weedlings behind the turret here and just do a little bit of extra damage, discourage sort of just bodying the turret. Although Clunk and Skordir are both pretty good at dealing with Gnaw weedlings, he's not seen very much in competitive, so some people might just not be used to him. It depends, but I'm still really just curious to see how it turns out and see if it turns into a stomp or if not actually ends up kind of working out for them.
Well, at that first blood, she's made a really bad decision. I don't know if you noticed, but Pershtis actually landed a nice explode on Jorb. on at their lane and like completely set that up kill. Like you know, Jorv was completely caught out and sorry, I got tongue tied. So Porsche had exploded on Jorv, and then it was just kind of there. Jorv was pushed out, but Shiz, instead of trying to then combat on Clunk, there was a Scolder fight with the Kessia on the top lane at the blue turret, and she had just been back dealing with Naw's fight. Instead of creating her own and having two separate 1v1s, she would have probably picked up a first blood instead of going after the sorry, tongue tie. But you guys get what I'm saying. She should have helped her teammate instead of fighting someone else on the other lane. Now Danimals in a really bad situation. He might be going down there, but Scolder's actually going to throw them away from Danimal. Nice throw coming out from Pershtis. And yeah, so we're kind of seeing even fights going out now. Clunk is going to go ahead, go back to base. And Scolder's going to be on defense, dealing with these weed leads a little bit while he waits for his teammate to get back. How do you think the next engagement is going to go down?
Well, something I want to point out before I talk about that is I've noticed that Danimal has been pretty aggressive with his abilities. He's kind of just using them quite a bit, just kind of using nukes when Ksenia is in Vizicy.
I need you to pause at 255 because I just lost all the names and health bars to do a replay glitch.
255?
Yeah, pause there.
Alright. Oh dear, more technical difficulties. We are very, very good at this. Don't worry.
And by we mean Ronimo Games. That's their fault.
No, definitely us. We do.
Oh no. Yeah, I mean all us.
Yeah. We like having free skins.
Well, you guys just got the length of the match spoiled for. Again, I blame Ronimo Games.
I do not. I'm not affiliated with Mr. Pillow. I do not agree with this man. Please do not ban me.
I own up to my mistakes, but this time it's Ronimo Games. It's not my fault the health bars and names disappeared.
Okay. Anyways, well, looking at the builds, we've actually got boots, bank into boots on Knot. Oh, that's interesting. So bank into boots on Knot, and then we've got boots on Clunk. Just due to his super low movement speed, that seems like a good idea. Otherwise, everything else is pretty basic, just basic abilities. The bank into boots is questionable, but whatever you really prefer, because it's still very early game.
Indeed.
But he's not going to have that.
By the way, I am at that 2 minutes 55 second mark. Are you ready?
Do you want me to give you a countdown?
Here, 3, 2, 1, let's go. All right. So sorry, back to what you were saying.
But yeah, I was just talking about the builds while we had that downtime there, but there really isn't much to talk about yet. Just really basic stuff. Just the bank of the boots is the only real interesting or questionable thing. But she's taking a little bit of damage there from Danimal, and they're just kind of poking around. Scoldier's pretty hurt. Ooh, gets a throw on Shiz, but he's going to go in Viz and get out of there. But Scoldier is super hurt. Both the tanks are really hurting and needing that health, needing some health packs or some creeps, which Shiz is stealing, playing smart. But we've got Gnaw with those Weedlings really getting that area control. The Weedling is actually hitting the turret from outside of the turret's range, which I did not think about. That's actually kind of interesting. It's able to hit the turret from that far. But either way, they're making a bit of a push on bottom here. Scoldier's super hurt. It's got all that DOT on him with only one stage of regen, as well as Stun Punch, which is very useful. Very important upgrade for Scoldier. It's like core to every build. But just some clear coming up from the red team. The area denial with the Weedlings is really just buying them time against these big pushes against Clunk. Really, what I'm thinking is that Gnaw might not actually be too bad in a 2v2 scenario. Ooh, Shiz is just going to eat that nuke though. But not too bad in a 2v2 scenario just because the Weedlings buy a lot more time for you against the enemy team. Just because they have to kill them unless they want to constantly take, like, 100 damage from every shot. Especially later on if he decides to amp them up with some extra damage, or possibly the upgrade that lets you fertilize them for extra damage.
Indeed. And especially if he also gets those weed slams, and I think the amp also. Like, Nog can be so annoying. The only thing he has to watch out for is that he doesn't get thrown. I mean, if they can keep him blocked down enough with all the CC that Scolder has to offer, that will not be good for him. But otherwise, he can actually keep them super pressure. And
yeah, don't think I didn't notice that.
Say what?
Nothing. Anyways, so Shiz gonna get thrown here, but he's gonna be able to hit that jump pad and get back out. Nothing happening because of that, but Jorva is going to eat that DOT, taking a little bit of damage here. Scolder DOT is nothing to sneeze at. It's fast, and it is very damaging. 350 damage at base. About the same. It's actually rather comparable to Acid Spit, but Acid Spit lasts longer, which can be useful, which means it can it can actually stop people from teleporting out and getting away easier. Although if you have regen, it really does cancel out because it's like 300 damage over 9 seconds, while Skuldier's is about a 350. But I'm really wondering what's not is going to buy. He's got about 400 solar here, so he could go for the amplified damage, or he could go for maybe some Weedling buffs. I'm not sure. I feel like amp damage in order to support his Ksenia, or maybe some slow against these really like big beefy characters. Building into Spit might be the best course of action here. But what do you think?
I definitely think he should be going for Brawler now. I think we need to see the amp on Spit, we need to see the Weed burst damage, and just he can go win as long as I said, he avoids that CC. He can just, like we see he's doing now, he's just going in, playing Weedlings, spitting on him, needs to get that Weed burst damage going on, and he can just melt the enemy team. Looks like Perseus, he's keeping that pressure on. He's looking for Jorv. He's not finding it. And that's going to be a little bit of a whiff there on the punches. He has that stun punch. If he finds them, he can trap them. I wouldn't mind seeing range punch come out for them because they are pretty squishy and they do have the clunk explode, so they don't need that much damage. Range punch would really help them find them. I don't know what he's going to end up going into. They're really testing each other. Here comes the explode. It's going to hit absolutely nothing. Now the red team's going in. Now we see Ksenia, I think, punching a bit more for that missed explode could really hamper him out of pressure, but they're all actually relatively full health and going to go back in to try and fight. First, just going to get spat on. Nothing else is going to come and happen.
Yeah. The problem with, there's a couple of things to note about Gnaw is, first of all, Plant Slam, do not underestimate it. It does a lot of damage. If you get the amp and then Plant Slam with like both damage upgrades for Weedling Burst, you can do like a solid 500 or something damage. You could do a solid like 500 damage burst with that Plant Slam, and it's absolutely just nuts, especially with the amp damage, and if you get that slow. And Gnaw is also a really hard character to hit. He's actually got a pretty tiny hitbox, and his movement is just choppy. Let's say that. His movement feels a little choppy, and just, you know, like you're buzzing around like a bee. But either way, we got Danimal here trying to initiate with the bite, but doesn't actually hit anybody. Hits the droid instead. The tank's just taking a little bit of damage, clearing those droids. Bottom turret is almost dead for the blue team here, as Jorv is just kind of baiting them out, just trying to go in. Actually baits out the bite there a little too early. There's Ksenia initiating. Shiz going in with the silent scissors, but Danimal's just gonna get out of there and try to maybe teleport away, or maybe just wait for the health. But Skuldier's actually super hurt and is gonna go down to a scissor from Shiz, so that's a nice pick. First kill actually for PlayingToDie. So that will probably give them the momentum they need to maybe take down this bottom turret, because Clunk is actually teleported out. Maybe a bad time to do that, but I don't know if he had a choice. I wasn't really paying attention to his health, but he's going to be able to get the drop on him if they're not careful. Oh, there's the nuke coming in. It hits Shiz, but it only does about 572 damage, but he's taking all that damage from the turret. Bottom turret is still alive, but Gnaw is going to be in a really bad spot, but he doesn't seem to have Snare Bite or anything in order to lock him in place there.
Yeah. Gnaw is so
there.
able to just run around. Like, he was completely flanked by Clunk. He didn't care, and he kept pushing because he knew that explode had gone off. But now he's actually going to be going down as he fights the bite off the jump pad. It's just going to be going back in, try and take out first. Just takes a, and that's going to be a 1-for-1. Looks like it's a little bit more in favor of Endangered Danimals. They have a little bit of map control of that. She's going to try and contest it. Not much she wants to do to Danimal yet, unless she finds that silent. I don't think she wants to commit that hard. We do see that amp and Weed slam damage coming out on Gnaw. That's going to mean a lot more damage. That's going to be really just forcing the big tanks that are Danimal and Perseus out of position. They are going to get melted, and they are going to want to be like, whoa, we need to get back.
Yeah, we've got it. It seems that Team PlayingToDie, or just Team Red, whatever you want to say, has a slight solar advantage, and it's just, they're the squishier team, but they're the more agile, and Ksenia can really melt tanks. But we actually got some auto attack upgrades coming out from Clunk here, getting the fragmenting shells, which has been recently nerfed, but is still very strong for clearing as long as you can hit those droids. You can't use it as sort of a really good poking tool or anything, or outrange turrets like you used to be able to. But you've also got that fourth stronger missile that does double damage compared to the first missile, and it's really nuts. But look, it's actually going to be really helpful for clearing these Weedlings. I never thought about that, but look at all those Weedlings, just trying to stack them there with the spit, giving them a bunch of health, so it's just going to slowly chip those tanks away. Those beefy characters, it doesn't matter, because all that DOT and the Weedling damage, little by little, it's going to start whittling their health down, so they have to go and get these creeps. And Shiz is actually going to do a lot of damage, tries to get the kill on Skuldir, but He's going to be able to teleport away for a little bit. It looks like Clunk's actually kind of here stuck in the open. The bottom turret is almost dead. It still hasn't really been pushed the way it needs to be. They can probably just go in and kill it with a couple of plant slams or something. Shiz taking a lot of damage, takes a missile to the face too, but it's actually going to get out of there in Viz as he loses it right there. Really, we don't have any CC coming out from Clunk either. And I feel like that would be a smart thing to do, is to buy some slow or something. Even with Skoldir, you want that CC on Clunk. It just makes life so much easier. Especially
really
if you have trouble landing your bites.
I don't know if you noticed, like, he actually just landed a multi-bite too, and actually got both of them as bite and got a crap load of health from it. Just like, imagine if he had double snare, like the instant wipe that would be. Keeping like those two guys just completely locked in place for a second. The Skoldir following up. So if he can land multi-bites like that, then I'm gonna have to agree with you, dude. I want to see this the snare coming out on him pretty soon.
Yeah. Even if you're not confident in your bites, you should definitely try to get slow or something, just because it's so useful, especially against an invis character or a character that can jump really high. Ksenia is both of those things.
That would actually
gonna get hit by the nuke and the bite. He has so little health. Oh, the missile, the prediction. He jumps right into it. That was a really good little missile there. It's very tiny, but it did the job. Danimal kind of going in. Hit gets a bite, but he's taking so much damage from Gnaw. Look at all that DOT and stuff. But the bite's actually going to heal him up. You know, it's got that power converter going to help him deal with that DOT. But Jorv by himself, but they're not really making much of a push here. They got to clear. Well, now they don't have anything to clear, but they got to wait for their droid wave while they clear this next wave. But Ksenia is already back. Shiz is already back. Oh, Skoldir taking a lot of damage. He's so hurt. He's only got one stage of heal punch, so he's going to have to fall back and get those creeps or a health pack of some kind. While Danimal is just kind of camping these jump pads here, trying to stop them from like maybe trying to farm their creeps or anything. That would be an annoying situation, but it looks like he's taking a lot of damage from Ksenia here. Just going in with the auto attacks and the scissors. So much damage, doing 300 damage with those Bobcat scissors. Absolutely nuts.
Indeed, and the push has been more in favor of Jorv and Shiz, even though they have half the kills. I think part of the issue also is we see no damage coming out on Danimal and Persia so far. They haven't picked up any whatsoever, and I think that means you find more situations where they get pressured out of position than Jorv and Shiz do. There's going to be a whipped explode, but Shiz in a slightly bad spot. She's at Viz, see if there's anything she can do. Now Jorv is there, he gets a spit on, he's going to get the weed slam on. He might be going down here actually, he's taking a lot of damage and he's going to make it to the creep in time. No, he's not! Just as the creep blows up, he's going to die to the DOT. That's going to be a free 1-for-0 in favor of Endangered Danimals. The worm almost gets first, but just he gets out just in time. Now they got a little bit of push going. Shiz gives the taunt anyway, she doesn't care. Now she's 1v2ing, see what she can do, trying to create space while she waits for Jorv to get back in lane. Doing a good job at going in aggressively while still handling a 1v2 scenario. She knows not to ever commit right here, but to just keep them distracted. And they are wasting a lot of time trying to find a Ksenia that doesn't actually want to fight on Serona of all maps, rather than actually pushing like they should.
Absolutely. And I'd like to mention that Clunk does have some extra auto attack damage as well as like the AoE and multi-bite, so he does still have a little bit of damage. It's mostly to help with the clearing. In the sort of team fight PvP scenario, he doesn't have the damage he needs. He needs like a couple stages of nuke damage or something, I do agree. But the auto attack has been helping and doing work, as we've seen. But either way, trying to go in here, Ksenia getting some poke damage and then running out, just being as annoying as possible, like you said before. Really helping just distract, especially with the fact like, you know, Gnaw can just set up and like make sure they don't push the turrets, especially if they're not clearing and they're spending time, you know, chasing the Ksenia. Then it just works out for the red team more, and they can get that ground back and keep it with Gnaw. But either way, Jorv making a bit of a push on these towers here. Danimal taking a little damage and the amp damage and whatnot. He actually has amp damage on Spit, good to note, as well as burst damage. So he is going for Plant Slam, Brawler Gnaw. Oh, the nice throw on Jorv, but he misses the 3-punch combo. Just mistimes it barely, so Jorv isn't going to take that much damage and doesn't get hit by the bite, so he's going to be able to get away. But Danimal is taking so much damage, but he's able to get to the creeps and stay alive, and Shiz is going to teleport out. Let's see here. Shiz has got about 500 solar, Gnaw's got a little bit as well, but he's actually going to get thrown into the turret and die. He's going to get destroyed by those 1, 2, 3 combos just before Danimal can get the last hit with the nuke.
Indeed. Now Shiz, she's going forward. She's been picking up a lot of damage. She's also picking up slow. She's picking up Futuro Girl, and she's just going in and seeing what sort of plays that she can make. She's not hesitant, even when she should be on the defense, and she trusts in her kiting skills. which so far she's doing a good job at the kiting. But I hope she doesn't end up getting too confident at some point, because that's an easy way. She gives them that wide ball on defense. You know, that's going to be super bad, but she kind of has to, because Ksenia cannot defend against Scolder or Clunk. You know, she's making the right call, but the skill floor to make this call is actually pretty high. Like, I can't stress enough how good it is that when she's on defense, she's not letting herself get pressured to the turret and then successfully drawing them off. Because she's never in a situation where she just has to clear the droids right in front of her while they push on them. Like, she's going to get thrown, she's going to get attacked, she's not going to do anything about the Clunk that's just missiling the turret. And probably dead, and definitely not successful in defending. Jorvik in a very bad situation. Once again, he's using the slow on the spit to try and find time to disengage. Just trying to buy him time. He's going to get the teleport.
Oh, wow!
Actually,
I thought the speed from throw there with like the boots would actually get him killed there, but he just barely got away. Wow, that was close.
Indeed, and one of the things, he got the slow spit off, and then Shiz just managed to keep him just distracted enough in order to actually get out. Now we're going to see the bite come out. She's trying not to die here. She's going to go ahead and get out. Endangered Danimals going to go ahead and consume the creeps. Percia's going ahead and control the lane, so using his perfumed white flowers to get some of his health back. Now, everyone but Jorv is full health. He's going to need to watch out. We need to see sustain coming out in Jorv, either Solar Crab Burgers, or he's actually got... no, that's Shiz. Shiz has PKM. He does not. He's got Piggy Bank on him boots. So he can pick up the lifesteal on his auto attack, so he can hang around a bit longer, or even get some weed lanes going inside the enemy jungle. Either way, we need to see him able to stick out around a bit more. I think Shiz, she's got the braided tentacles, and that's actually helping her, because usually she's like 2 bars, then off of one thing of droids, she's only missing 2 bars. Big difference there. She's going in, trying to combat. Danimals going to take the knives for his good dude Scolder, and Scolder is just going to go heal up the droids. Danimal going into mid, trying to keep them back. They're going to see if they can start something on Danimal. They know he has the explode ready though, and Percius is right behind him. They're really trying to poke him down, but he's going to get the multi-bite out of the droids. He's extremely low. That multi-bite saving his life. If he only bit one droid, he'd be dead. And now his jungle's completely denied, but he finds the bite on Shiz, and he probably could have exploded on her. It was a little bit too passive. He was trying not to mess up.
Oh, just dodged the nuke there. Just
did that miss?
Managed to get that nice jump at.
I saw numbers appear. I think actually that was his auto attack, and it confused me for a second because I thought it was the explode. Yeah, Jorv really going to get out of that. Kiting that just perfectly. He had done that a little bit different. He would have been in a bad situation. We need to see Jorv picking up Rabbit Tooth pretty soon now, because I think he needs that extra bit of speed to really just be able to run around them in circles. He's doing a good job pressuring them, but just the amount of stuff he could do if he combined that with his slow and all the stuff that Shiz does, I think that would not be good for the blue team.
I agree, and it's like we should probably look at the builds here a bit. Like, we still don't have any damage on Clunk, but we do have a stage of Snare Bite, which is good because he's landing those bites pretty consistently. Also got Snare Quake and more damage on Throw, which is going to be useful, just getting that extra damage, extra lockdown. You can't go wrong with that on Scolder during the mid game or the late game, depends on how you look at it, considering we're 18 minutes in and it is 2v2. We got pills coming out on Ksenia, so she's only got about 2,000 health still, but it's still going to make her a little beefier. Doing a bunch of damage to Danimal. Oh, he's so hurt. He doesn't actually pop off the nuke in order to get that suicide bomb, but Scolder taking a lot of damage, got that DOT on him. He's going to either go for that health pack or try to get to the jungle, but everything's taken. So it looks like the red team is going to be able to get a bit of a push here if they can just get some stuff going. We got Salvo Value Pack coming up from Clunk, which I'm kind of excited to see, especially since he's landing some good throws, but it looks like Scolder trying to defend here. Tower's going to go down, though. It's at 1 bar, but it's not quite going to die. It's very close, but it looks like Scolder's going to be able to defend it just for a little bit. But a couple of scissors and auto attack hits from Ksenia will easily kill that, so she just wants to backdoor that. That'll be an easy takedown.
It will. So, some variant to this game like them now. And the top turret on for red team is also only a little bit less of a joke than the blue team's top turret. So those lanes are pretty much about to get open now. And I'm really impressed by Ksenia. She has no qualms or issues about going in. Jorv has the same no qualms attitude. I think he's just not nailing as much as Shiz is. He kind of messes up on the weed slams. Shiz goes in, lands every auto attack, lands every knife, gets these guys half in a second, then just goes out like nothing happened. and she's really doing pressure. Like, look at this. Like, this is Ksenia versus Clunk, and she's just keeping Clunk at his turret, making him dare not come out. And she's just, you know, she's like one explode to death. But she knows she has the kite game, and Animal knows that she has the kite game, so they don't even do anything. Now he might be going down here. She tracks him all off the jump pad. Shiz is going absolutely ham here, getting hunted down there. She's going to get thrown, but the PKM is going to help her out a lot. Now Percia's in a really bad spot. She's going to stay with as much damage as she can until she absolutely has to leave. Now it's up to Jorv, and he's going to put Percia's at just a couple bars. Percia's is going to go ahead and clean up the back turret while they take the top. We're going to see the red team take the top turret, and now we see all their turrets, despite the top one being extremely low for the red team, still intact, while Endangered Danimals is officially have nothing but a back turret.
We just saw a lot of stuff come out from Gnaw. We've got Rabbit Teeth, Spike Slime, and Overgrowth, which I believe is the extra damage after the weaklings get fertilized by Spit. So that's gonna make a huge difference in how he plays.
What does PlayingToDie have to do to cement their win? And what does Endangered Danimals have to do to oh, this might be good now. That whipped explode, he's gonna look for the bite and gets the creep.
Oh, he missed the bite just out of range.
Zydecore! Oh,
Zydecore.
Man.
Oh, never forget it.
What a shame, but is he gonna pick up?
Oh no, but he's Skulldeer's actually gonna take a bunch of damage here too. Ooh, he's like 1 bar. Oh, the scissor. Just the maximum range, and they've got a super droid here. They're gonna be able to take this turret, or at least bring it down to like half health. Clunk is still dropping. He's not even hit the ground yet, and he's super slow. He's a really slow character, so he's gonna take forever to walk over there. And it's only got 2 bars, 1 bar. Yeah, that's gonna go down. They might even try to go for some base damage here. Clunk finally getting back. A little bit of damage to the base, not much, but it's, you know, it's not quite negligible. But oh, it doesn't quite get the nuke on Shiz. He does not have the double snare or the 1 second nuke timer rather than 1.5. Those would probably be some good upgrades to get, because we haven't even seen damage come from him yet on nuke. He's got salvo and he's got snare bite now, and we see a little bit of auto attack coming from Skulldeer, but they just don't have the real damage that like is really important on Clunk. Just getting like that nuke damage will just it'll help
like
a
there,
lot of squishies.
right there. That was the kill of the explode damage or bite damage. Like 100%. Now Jorvis is getting out literally 1 HP. They're trying to find him, but like they won't even have to be playing this game. They're taking a lot of damage from Shiz trying to find it.
They're so slow, so they're not going to be able to get this unless they get a really nice flank on him, because he's just taking their creeps.
Like literally, you're like, you know, we don't see enough damage on Clunk. He doesn't have any on his abilities. Then he lands both abilities perfectly. Late game, that should 100% every time without question be a kill on Squishy. But he doesn't.
Oh, he's got Universal Charger. He's got Universal Charger, but he didn't get the second stage of Snare Bite. Just buy damage, Danimal. Just buy damage, please. Oh, he's killing me.
Now
he's taking a lot of damage here.
Yeah.
We keep talking. We just keep talking at the same time.
Oh no, you go, you go.
Alright, it's my time to shine. Shiz taking a lot of damage here, taking the bite, but there's a health pack down there. He's gonna grab it and go back into the fight. We got Jorv here running away, but Danimal's really hurt, but so is Shiz. Takes a missile to the face, but Danimal takes a scissor in exchange, just trading those blows, just full anime style. It's just like everybody's really hurt now, so there could be some chance to go in for like a massive play here. Shiz is invis. He's got that extra invis, but he's actually going to teleport out of there. Jorv is in kind of a pickle here, and he's got Rabbit's Teeth though in order to keep him safe while he just jumps around up top. While the beefy characters, the beef team, the beef crew, the beef squad, they try to clear these droids and get some extra area.
And we see engagement going on. Shiz, look at her just melt down almost HP bar without taking any damage. And that would have been a kill, but she mispredicted him and she thought he was going to go off the jump pad. But I think Danimal knew that would be a bit too predictable, so he stayed low, and he's actually now full health and living to see another day. Contesting mid. He needs to get out. Percius is not there. Percius looks like he's going to go back. And Shiz is going to go ahead and push up the bottom lane quite a bit. What do they got to do? We still don't see the explode damage. I think that's the main thing. But what else? Like gameplay-wise, what can Endangered Danimals do to turn this around?
Well, they just need the. It's hard to have the area control against a Gnaw, and you know all that damage on Ksenia. But really, someone just needs to body that top turret there after they get a pick or something, and they just need the nuke damage, damage, and then body the top turret. Oh, and there's the pick. So now are they finally going to body that top turret? All they got to do is just tank it because it's only at about 2 bars, I think. Yeah, it's at exactly 2 bars here. So all they got to do is push up. Shiz is a bit dangerous, but in a 2v1 they should be able to deal with them. And now that turret's finally going to go down. They could probably push bottom as well if they could clear these droids. They just got to watch out for Shiz when he comes in. He's all the way over in their creep area. He's going to come in for the big plays perhaps. Skelders teleported out. Danimals alone, taking all of this damage. Takes half a health bar damage and then Shiz just runs away. Kind of the thing they've been doing this game, but it's been working and it's very effective.
Yeah, and Shiz is going to be clearing these droids out. Clunk is going back to buy, and finally explode damage and pills.
Oh my god, we did it! We did it! We did it, Reddit. It's over. Can we please get this on the front page of Reddit?
Now, let's see. Upvote this replay.
Yes, check out this sick replay. Give me some Reddit gold, please.
We should be able to upvote replays on the feature tab. That would actually be a sick idea. No
That's
problem,
a good idea.
Ronimo.
That would be a good way to. That would be a good way to have like the sort of Ronimo match of the day. Here's an idea, Ronimo. Ronimo match of the day, something you pick or use your automatic like featuring system, whatever you use to find the match of the day, and then have a community match of the day that people
That's gonna have to wait. Skolder's about to get downvoted back to his drop pod as the DOT is going to be the last pick. But Danimal trying to contest this. He sees Shiz extremely low, but Jorva's going to go ahead and go to the base. That's going to pressure Danimal off of Shiz and go to contest that. He's dealing a lot of damage to that. He's got some wheelings planted up there, and the multi-bite will clear that out fast, but it did require Danimal to do a complete fallback. He's going to give Shiz the map control to go ahead and keep Danimal pressured, and he basically is not even allowed to leave the base until Skolder is back, and even then they'll still have to wait a bit because they and try and figure out the positioning of the red team.
The problem with the situation they're in right now is they're in the situation where they can't leave the base unless they wipe, because Ksenia and Nock can both backdoor pretty effectively with Rabbit Teeth and Invis, and they both have a lot of damage against structures now. So if they leave the base, you know, if they don't have at least one person on the base and either one of them is alive, there's a chance that base could just get destroyed because it's only got about 4.5 bars, already sparking and flaming and cracked and broken to high hell.
It really is. And you know, even with that damage, Shiz can still future roll through the explode. But I just think about the times, like especially that one on Gnaw, where Gnaw got out like 1 HP after like getting hit by everything. You know, I just kind of have the philosophy, if you land all your abilities on a Gnaw that's by himself, he still doesn't die, you're probably not building right, but that's going to have to wait. Sporter's just going to get caught down. He's going to get caught off the jump pad. The explosion's going to be a whiff. This has got to be a good game. I don't know why Jorv is... Okay, here comes Jorv. He was about to clear, and he was like, no, we can end this right now. They got the...
Yeah, Jorv is just like, he's going to retreat, man. It's too difficult for him.
Don't overextend.
But it looks like we got 2 bars left. Just Danimal by himself. Skoldir dropping right now. It's going to be a couple more seconds until he gets here, and then he's got to walk back. All those scissors, he's tanking some of them, but you can't really tank scissors as a tank because of the way they work, taking off percentage health rather than flat damage. They do flat damage and percentage health, but Shiz is actually going to take that lethal DOT. Pretty sure he's going to die to it. He does! Jorv's got that DOT as well. He's just using the rabbit's teeth in order to get out of there. The question is, will Jorv go ham and try to go for the base, or is he going to fall back so that they can get one more coordinated push? We've got more silence coming out on Ksenia. Also has scissor throw, or excuse me, steel feathers for scissor throw, which will reduce the cooldown of vanish after you land some successful hits, which lets them be even more of a sort of harasser. Jorv trying to catch out Danimal here, not doing too much here, just kind of spooking them, making them scared. I think Danimal's trying to make one desperate push because like they have to take these towers and they have to try and like get base exposure or something, because there's not much they can do in this situation with so little health in the base. Skoldir has to run back to the base because Ksenia is now dropped and is just going to go for that back door. 8-second invis just going through the top lane, but Jorv is following him. Gonna break that invis. All they gotta do is throw like 3
This is the same situation that we saw last game with American Mojo versus Please Love, but Shiz is
he's
going
running
in
back instead of teleporting. He's running back to the base instead of teleporting. That's a terrible mistake.
Well, not really. Nothing's coming from it. They really need to start a fight now. They really do. Or else they let them get to base. They didn't start that fight at the turret, but they're gonna kill that. But they're not gonna be.
But it's got like no health. But the solid blade droids.
Oh my god!
It's so close.
Comeback time.
They have to kill like the red base within 30 seconds, otherwise they lose. And I don't think that's going to happen. This like. It's not GG because if they somehow wipe them again before they can leave their spawn, you know, if they manage to push to that back tower, then they might actually have the game themselves. So it's going to come down to this next fight. Is Ksenia just going to jump above? Are they going to have someone watch above and try to predict that? They're melting this turret here. They do have the auto attack damage. This is now actually getting a little more intense because they're doing the damage to the tower. Oh, he's teleporting back. He's not going for it.
They need to catch him off the
game.
jump the cliff right now. Danimals in a 1v2 situation. They're going to try and take him out right quick. And he needs to find the bite, and he's going to miss it. He's trying to buy as much time. He knows how important it is. He's going to go for the explode. He's going to kill himself. Now it's up to Purchase.
The iframes.
Oh, yeah, that wasn't good. He's in such a bad situation right now.
It's GG. Ksenia's going to get to that base.
Shiz just going for it. There's going to be no contest in this coming out from Purchase. Before
just
he
get the slow walk, and then...
there it is.
I didn't even see the attack show up in the replay. He just danced around, and then the base to die. Victory.
Lol.
And that is a victory for PlayingToDie with the gnaw pick on Sirona. Man, unexpected win.
That was insane. They did on paper. I think we had a much old school scarier comp out of Endangered Danimals, but Ksenia and Gnaw are pretty good in the meta. Ksenia is really good in the 2v2 meta, and Gnaw is just a top tier pick right now in general. What are some of the things that you think that the blue team could have done differently in order to have won this?
Well, damage earlier, definitely. Damage earlier and more CC earlier. Should have gotten that snare bite a little earlier, maybe instead of getting... The multi-bite was a good idea because you can definitely land those bites, but maybe instead of the auto attack damage, probably should have gone for snare and some damage, or maybe slow and some damage, depending on how confident you are. And also, Shiz was just putting in a lot of work against Clunk. Just doing half his health, half of Clunk's health, and then just running away, just lol, you can't catch me, XD. And there's not much you can do about that, but it was really the thing that Danimals could have done in order to have a stronger chance, so that they could actually get those picks. So this is every 2 or 3 instances where they just didn't have the damage to kill someone, was to just buy more damage. That's pretty much it.
Indeed, I really couldn't add much to that. I'm trying to think of something that you didn't just say, but honestly, you nailed it. You absolutely nailed it. And then when they messed up on the teleportations, for example, in game. Purchase went back, and it was you didn't have the luxury of getting back. You either pulled a double kill out of your ass right there, or you lost. You either got wiped right there.
I was really hoping that they would have a sick fight at the jump pad area, and maybe possibly get a really sick throw on Ksenia into the nuke, because he finally had double nuke damage and could kill Ksenia, because he has the universal charger, he's got the snare bite, and he had double nuke damage, even with iframes on invisibility or virtual girl. Ksenia would have died to that, and that would have given them a huge chance. They could have actually won that game in that split moment, but they decided to fall back, which was their downfall.
Indeed. And Danimal, he had the idea. He wanted to find them off that jump pad, but once he realized that Purchase had come back, he was like, oh crap, he's just ready to kite them. But I mean, Cool Gang kind of know Ksenia or Gnaw, so he was just well, this happened, and then he was just well, I'm gonna die, I might as well explode, and that didn't hit anything. The feature will roll occur through that. Here it is right here, and just Purchase had just made it back, and then he was in a 1v2, but Shiz just ignored him, went and finished off the base. Respectful for her to at least pick up a frag before she went in and went to the base, and yeah, match concluded. But there is 2 matches in this series, and we will be right back with match number 2. Again, this is your Awesomenauts Rumble qualifiers. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with match 2 of Endangered Danimals versus Playing to Die. Hey, joining with me is once again my caster, Uberancy.
Hello.
Hello. Dude, so we have one heck of a match. Some crazy comps, dude, for our last match of the day. I'm going to go through this draft right quick. Your red team, team 1, is going to be Endangered Danimals, and your team 2 is going to be Playing to Die. Endangered Danimals is going to be starting off with a band of Froggy G, and you're going to see the Skulder and Genji band off by Playing to Die. Then Endangered Danimals is going to get rid of Ksenia. That gave them a bit too much trouble last game, I reckon. Then they're going to get first pick Scoop, which is one of the strongest first picks in the entire game. Playing to Die is going to go the same strategy they did previously with a first pick Nah. In response, Endangered Danimals is they're going to ban out Clunk, getting rid of both of the knots that Endangered Danimals used last game. Endangered Danimals is going to ban out Raylan, pick up Rocco, scoop Rocco, extremely awesome comp. And with that Raylan ban, that's going to leave Playing to Die. The only sensible option left is that they are going to ban Ulip. Uberancy, why don't you tell me about these comps?
Ban Ulip. You said ban Ulip.
Oh, well, they are going to pick Ulip.
But yeah, so one of these it's like the out with the old, new with the in, I suppose, because you've got a pretty old, semi-time tested comp, and you got Rocco and Scoop, very strong knots. You got the nice initiation and the beef and sustain from Scoop, and you got the push, damage, and CC from Rocco. And then with Playing to Die, you have a non-Ulip. I mean, I guess Plant Slam after stun and Dinos into stun. It's a bit of a strange comp, but I'm pretty much just curious because we've seen some neat comps.
Yeah, that has to be what it is. Ulip is also really good at controlling the map on Augulon. You get those dinos going down the lanes and just really making people quickly move out of quit, especially on that bottom lane. You can send them through the pits, and at any time they catch someone out, even if it's Scoop, with that amp damage, and the DOT, and the damage from Gaze, and 2 quick weed slams, that's a kill, man. That is a freaking kill. At the same time, Rocco can poke these guys down so hard. They can find the hammers, they can find the arrows to just constantly melt these dudes so they're like 1 HP. Every time Ulip does that stun, he's going to have a little kick me stick it note posted to his back, and that's exactly what Endangered Danimals will be doing. Do you have anything else to add, my friend, or are you ready to go ahead and get into this?
I don't think I have anything else to add. I think if there's one thing, it's that the split coin and possibly AoE on precision shot are going to be very important upgrades.
I agree.
Alright, either way, I am at the 12-second mark. Would you like me to give you a countdown?
Let's do it, dude. Last match of the day. Let's go.
3, 2, 1, go!
And we are off. We have Perseus playing your Rocco, Danimal playing your Scoop. We have Jorv once again picking up Noth, and Shiz on her signature Professor Milton Ulip, doing the Ulip moonwalk straight out of base. She is ready. She is go. No one is allowed in the laboratory. What do you think the first bullet's going to go down, my friend?
Probably just going to be either really crazy, like, I don't know, Ulip stun in front of the turret, or it's going to be a Scoop hammer into Rocco, just murderizing everything. And, Scoop's got some decent damage and auto attack, but it's nothing too, too special. It's just Rocco's going to be there for the damage and the push, and he's really going to help with that push. He does a lot of damage to towers and to the to players alike. So I'd say that Endangered Danimals definitely has a really strong comp, but Playing to Die has a really good comp for Agilion, in particular, especially with the dinos. That's going to help lock down bottom lane. But either way, Jorv and Shiz both very hurt with Rocco chasing them, using vengeance. Doesn't quite get him all.
Maybe.
Yeah, kill in a very Brazilian style. Got the precision shot kill on Ulip. Nice arrow. Pillow will appreciate that one. But either way, we got a bit of a push going up on the top tower, but not much because, he's Scoop. Jorv's going to take a nice hammer there. He will not die to a precision shot. He's got just enough health to survive it. Ooh, but he misses it anyways on the jump pad.
And I don't even know what to say. They have to find the weed slam.
Oh my god!
Signature Ulip, best Ulip in the game. Just completely melts Scoop with a great initiation and super strategic play. And now she is dominating that top lane with her dinos, completely forcing Perseus out as they set up the push. She's killing those droids, making them push that much longer. Jorv taking over the jungle with his Ween lead. Oh, he might be going down here. He might have overcommitted. She's just going to be coming up. Needs to... she should have come in off that jump pad and looked for the Cripping Gates finish up. That she could have easily saved them, minimally that was one. All in all, that was just straight up just bad minimap awareness coming out from Shiz. I just called her the best ULP in the game. I take that back.
Wow, just absolutely savage there. But either way, that was an amazing ULP kill there. It was really good, well timed and everything. But Shiz is actually in a lot of trouble here. I don't know about best ULP in the game anymore. But either way, takes a ton of damage, making Rocco go on a killing spree, getting 3 last hits, tons of money, which is really nice for Rocco because he can snowball pretty hard. But it looks like there's a bit of a push on the top tower going here. Jorv taking a little bit of damage, but Danimals going to take even more, especially with that DOT, but he's going to grab that health pack in order to keep him tip-top and, you know, nice and cool, considering he's made of ice cream, or I guess in this case, ectoplasm.
That Miss Hammer was 100% without question to kill Jorv if she had found that. Now the dinos are going to be going in. They're going to be doing some nice little residual damage to Perseus, but he's going to pick up from his jungle. Now Shiz, Danimal tries to initiate him, misses the hammer. Shiz just going to fall back. She's going to go ahead and use the dinos to defend. They've used everything. They're going to miss the gaze though. And now they're just going to be waiting back, just waiting to see if they can find that frag.
Looking at the early upgrades here, we've got amp damage, pretty smart upgrade considering, you know, you have to really work with your teammate here. So the amp damage is going to help him a lot, but Jorv's going to take a lot of damage there. Just take a little bit of damage from Scoop there. I say a lot and then a little, but he's at about half health now. So just trying to go in with the dinos, kind of mistimes it, but either way, he's going to get out safely. And speaking of just Shiz in general, we've got the remote controlled whisk, we've got the DOT on Gripping Gaze. If you can really get in close, that's a little bit of extra damage, quite useful, and can stack the DOT, you know, with not. And then we've got, you know, a little bit of damage on Scoop, a little bit of regen on Rocco, pretty standard stuff.
Indeed. And Shiz, she's going to go ahead and get her play set up. She's not going to have the qualms to try and gaze that. She doesn't really want to gaze the biting Scoop right in front of her. Jorv wasn't that close nearby. I really think they might wait to try and get some of the core upgrades going before they get too aggressive with the gaze initiation. They can definitely make this worth it. They just need to let their build start to go happen. Shiz has the initiation.
Shiz gonna get the invis here, but taking a lot of damage. Knows he hit the jump pad, but he's not going to really have anything happen. Could maybe get a Gripping Gaze, but no, he's going to burn the invis in order to get some dinos down and going to teleport out. Got about 200 solar there. Not sure what he's going to buy, but we'll see. Well, Team Endangered Danimals is going to just clear these droids, make sure they don't get pushed too far. We actually have health packs on dinos, very strong upgrade. It really helps with the sustain because you get so much health from those health packs. But we got a little bit of Gripping Gaze damage coming out on Rocco, but nothing else is going to happen because of it. Hammer goes out, and I believe it hits Jorv. Ooh, it just jumps over that precision shot. Isn't able to have anything happen with that. But there's the health pack dinos. This is where the kind of really good push from ULIP comes in, with being able to keep that sustain.
Not to knock on Shiz again, but I always see everyone does this. Jorv is actually going to be going out. Shiz might just be sacrificing her life. She actually she could have Gripping Gaze. There would have been high risk high reward. But either way, everyone's slow going back. People get this upgrade, which is 210 solar. The health packs barely last. They last going to happen only he'll hit 50. When she has a 170 solar upgrade that spawns like 200 health packs that stay on the field for like 10 to 15 seconds called Laboratory Centrifuge. And I've literally never understood why people get Dino Poop before they get Laboratory Centrifuge, because it's cheaper, kills more, and lasts longer. It's just not made sense to me. But
it is a more cost-efficient upgrade, but you also got to think that if the droids get cleared, or I mean, if the droids get cleared near the enemy turret, they're kind of useless.
True. And I also guess that Jorv also needs to fight the droids to get his healing part, so they would kind of be contesting on to just fight that. Oh, but there's the Gripping Gaze. They're going to be going out. They're going to be trying to make an engagement. Jorv looking for the Reed Slam. Shiz's going to go and draw back. But combined with the dinos, they will be picking up Scoop, melting him out, and now they will be pushing up that bottom lane.
Yeah, but another thing with the health pack dinos as well is it's really going to help with team fights compared to health packs on droids. That'll give them sustained while pushing and, you know, just in general to, you know, stay alive outside of team fights. But during team fights, getting, you know, 50 health times like 4, getting like basically a creep's worth of health can really help. They don't really have any DOT, but it's still gonna, like, you know, give them that little bit of extra survivability to, you know, let that Gnaw DOT run down, get those auto attacks in, maybe even get that grip and gaze to connect. Just the little things, and it's gonna help more in the team fights than it is in the overall game, and it's not as cost efficient, but we'll see if it really makes a difference.
Indeed. Now First is looking to hunt down Jorv, gonna hunt him down with that vengeance to get that last hit, and that's gonna be a 1-for-nothing. Should see the thing that you can do. Ulip is not the best pussy fight cleanup. Not. Just doesn't work that way. Really a counter initiation type, not, or cheeky initiation if they find those. That said,
ooh,
come out.
Nice combo.
All that damage, but then look at how much it heals back. Like, instant, like, without her leaving turret, puts down below half, then he throws one hammer, and goes to like 75% HP. Guys, this is Awesomenauts in 2017. It is intense. Now Scoop just watching the lane rotations. He's there with first, just waiting to see if there's anything they can make happen. I really respect Perseus Rocco. He's really done a good job at tracking down with vengeance and constantly just harassing the enemy team. This is something that we you really need to see your Rocco do. While Rocco takes to sit on the back line, he likes to go in. He has no qualms just constantly applying that damage. Except there when he missed. But that's okay. The thought was there, and he likes to see if
he has no qualms with applying the damage, except when, you know, he chokes and misses. So, but he looks like Rocco's going to take a lot of damage, or actually gets taken out by the Shiz auto attack. Shiz doing a lot of damage with that auto attack. Oh, Danimal is so hurt. Where is not? Where is not? He's not going in. Tries to get the BR auto attack bites because they're so far away on the replay. But it's just not quite going to happen, and Danimal's going to manage to escape.
Without doubt or question, that was a 2-for-0 in favor of PlayingToDie if Jorv had not rotated top to clear. She had that block perfect. She had Danimal in the perfect position, picked up one of the frags, had the other in 1 HP. So because Jorv wasn't there, Scoop lived to see another die, and Shiz died. They could have probably taken a bottom turret if he had remained. But it happens, and it's just, you know, at the end of the day, teamwork is way more important than comps. If you don't play together well, that's going to be a problem. Look at that, they go together, they just completely melt Danimal, the biggest tank in the game, and now Perseus on the right, he's using the Vengeance disengage, but he's getting extremely low. His creeps are going to spawn just in time, but now the top lane is going to get pushed up for PlayingToDie. They're going to get the first top lane push, and that might actually result in something. Nope, actually, the Joids are getting cleared. They've gotten the Joids up there quite a bit, several times, but they're never able to actually capitalize on that push.
Absolutely. Bit of a push going on top here. You know, they got the sustain from health pack dinos. It's going to help a little bit, but Rocco's going to pop Vengeance a little early, I'd say, but, you know, gets a little bit of damage on Ulip. Jorv going to take a hammer as well. Just a little poking, you know. There's not that much damage from anyone in the game, you know, or in this match right now, with the exception of Rocco. Everyone else is a fairly low direct damage character. You know, as soon as I say that, eat my own words. Plant Slam for 362 just annihilates Rocco. Slam dunk.
Yeah, that really was. Completely just ripped him out from the inside. And now they are pressuring the jungle, not in Ulip, pressuring that jungle there. And Scoop is going to be Phil too threatened. What am I even saying? Scoop is too threatened to go in on the Ulip and not. In 2017, he's going to be sitting at turret waiting for Perseus to get back. They are going to group up.
Welcome to Awesomenauts.
And now it looks like they're going to be chilling for a second. Jorv going to see if he can do any pressure. Here comes the Dinos. Oh, but that's going to be whipped. Shiz whipped all their abilities there. Now Nas in a bad position. Looks like he'll be getting out, though. Oh, he's still in mid. We got a risky gamer, and he's so risky he's going to die. All he had to do was go right to the turret. That happens, though. It's okay. I think they still have most of the advantage. Shiz is just trying to control that bottom lane. Oh, not good position. Uh-oh. Manages to get out with those Ulip.
Just repeating what I'm saying.
I'm basically.
Yeah.
Well, what else can you say?
That is Pillow's secret to success. Just like repeat what others say, except for their mistakes. But either way, Danimal taking a bit of damage at the top tower here, and so is Shiz. But it's not too much. But Shiz is actually going to teleport back. Got about 400 solar. We'll see what they buy. It looks like they're going to buy attack speed after picking up a health pack. That's going to synergize really well with the health pack on dinos, and also going to pick up the extra damage after the enemy is affected by a CC. I'd forgotten what that was for a second here, but Shiz is going to do a lot of damage to Danimal, you know, despite being Leo, but that hammer, that long range hammer is going to just get him.
The amp on Spit lasts 4 seconds to get supplied. Combine that with Dino Train for Dummies, that's going to do a crap load of damage if they can actually make that combo work. Perch is in a really bad spot. They're looking for the Weed Slam, but the Vengeance is going to give him enough time. He's trying to get out. He can't go to the grip. He's in such a bad spot. Shiz, he's looking for the grip again. He's in 1 HP, but he can't go that way. The Weedlings are blocking him off. He's going to go back. He's going to pick up the creep. Shiz going back and looks for the gripping game. Gets him right in front of the turret. This is not good, but 1 HP again. But the Weedlings.
The Weedlings! Oh my god!
Oh, he has to get back. He's teleporting. Oh, no! He got zoned so hard.
The BR range. Oh my god. No, he's a viable character. Absolutely nuts. Oh my god. Amazing. This is what you were here to see, people. This is what you were here to see. The Gnaw Ulip strats.
This is really the sort of intense gameplay we've really come to expect from Awesomenauts Rumble. Here's the hammer. It's going to be a whip. It's going to go to 100%. That's one thing that Snow Shovel and the Hill Hammer, like, he can just lob it at the Weedlings to get all his health back. It looks so funny to watch. Another whip hammer. Not good. Now he's in a 1v2 scenario. First is coming in to help. Going to land an arrow on Chiz. Put her at half. Binding's going to come out, hit Jorv. And now there's their ability to spin it. They're going to fall back a little bit. And, staying on the blue side of things, and it's actually relatively even. There's an
Danimal,
taking a lot of damage. In a really bad spot. But here comes the Gnaw flank. Will he be able to clean up? Then Person's going to go down right before he can kill Shiz. Now Danimal is going to be falling back, taking his creeps, even hammering the creeps. And that's only going to put him at 75% HP. We're going to see another push coming out from the Gnaw.
Man. Something I've noticed in the Dino Training for Dummies description, I don't know if this is actually true, but it seems like it does not actually get the bonus damage if the enemy has an amp damage debuff. It doesn't actually say that, which is interesting.
Wait, I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
The Dino Training for Dummies upgrade, the one that gives extra damage while they're under some kind of CC, doesn't actually show amp damage in the list. It says Stun, Snare, Silence, Slow, and Blind. I don't think it does. Well, maybe they just didn't want it to stack with amp damage or something.
Why did this get past my beta knots? Wow, reported.
Reported. Report Shiz for buying this upgrade and letting us like figure this out.
Yeah, that too. Report Shiz for cheating.
Report Shiz for cheating. Poor Shiz.
Somebody send this replay to cheating@RonomoGames.com. Thank you.
Could someone please ban Shiz from the chat? We will not tolerate cheaters in this tournament. Alright, we're taking it too far. Alright, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no. Learn when to end it, okay? You want to get gripping gaze, buddy?
Well, hey, coming from you, Mr. Pillow, as if you know when to end anything. Okay, we're getting toxic here. Here we go. Anyways, Jorv clearing these droids here, getting the plant slam on those droids. Scoop has teleported back, find some upgrades. He's got plenty of money. He got about 500 solar, as does Gnaw. So Jorv is going to have to go back. We got the push on top here. Misses the precision shot, whiffing the precision shot again. Not landing too many of those. We got Ulip here on bottom. Might get jumped on by both Scoop and Rocco, but they're actually going to fight in the red creep area. Danimal taking a bunch of damage, but he gets the binding and the sustain. Shiz is so hurt. He's going to go down to Rocco, but Jorv is like full health. Well, Rocco, he's got like 3 bars here, so he's going to have to fall back to defend, making it a 1-for-1 trade, slightly in favor of Danimal, because he's going to have a slightly faster respawn time. And they got equal levels.
Indeed. And now Jorv is actually trying to duke it out. If he can find the Weed Slam, he gets the frag. Otherwise he dies. And okay, neither of them are going to try and finish off the other. And I don't think... First just never activated his Vengeance during that engagement. If he had, he would have killed Jorv. I'm pretty sure. Like 60-70% sure.
Yeah, he did. He activated it when he was chasing Ulip there, didn't he?
No, well, unless it like literally went off cooldown after he disengaged from Shiz, he had that icon available. They're gonna be engaged on Danimal again. It's like the one combo I've ever seen the save vault just go in on Scoop willy-nilly. They don't finish him off now enough. Now he's in a really bad spot.
Oh, he got the health pack. This might be it for Jorv. No, Jorv!
Oh, is that a kill? He gets the creep in time, but still.
Almost got him with like the base auto attack DOT. Man.
Very even match so far, only 1 kill in favor of the red team. Jorv is doing a good job 1v2ing those guys. I feel like Endangered Danimals, they're sometimes having really tough time just trying to find their rate and go in and pick up the frag. How can they do that?
Well, maybe something like stun. I'm a really big fan of Little Johnny, the stun on Vengeance Precision Shot. It's a very specific scenario, but it's a 1.4 second stun. 1.4 for about 300 solar is absolutely nuts. Like, it is an extremely game-changing upgrade if you can land that shot, but it really puts the pressure on you. You get 1 precision shot during Vengeance usually, unless you have something like Infinite Quiver or Endless Quiver, and have like a nice cooldown on precision shot. But either way, he's going to take a bit of damage from that Gripping Gaze, and Danimal's taking a little bit of damage as well. But either way, back to some more footsie knots with some hammers coming out. That stun on Rocco, and just like maybe some better initiation, like, you know, like just Scoop sort of coordinating his hammers more. That's what I think. That's what they need.
I 100% agree. That's actually what I was thinking about too. He got that Little Johnny, and he managed to find the double stun. They can easily wipe every time. Especially he has all that damage coming out. He's got the excuse me. I apologize about that. He's got the mustache damage. He's got the max auto attack damage. And he's got triple ARs. Like every time that he finds someone that can't fight back, that is going to be a kill for the Rocco. It's not even a question. It doesn't matter if he gets that upgrade and if he gets it soon enough. Because we saw them last lane where they started making the combat, but it was when their base is like 1 HP, you know? You can't wait till your base is 1 HP, especially I'll go on with the stealth orbs thing, and it can take too long to fall back. So
yeah, especially against a team with such good area control. But either way, Danimal's going to get Gripping Gaze. Not going to take much damage though because of the bindings. Rocco and Scoop both super hurt though. They're getting melted. Everybody's getting melted by Rocco and like Rocco's getting melted by Knob, and nobody dies in that exchange. But everybody has very low health. It looks like Rocco's going to have to teleport out on bottom lane before Jorv can find him. And there's the quick draw bow getting a little bit more DPS during Vengeance, which I think is a good upgrade, but maybe not the game-changing upgrade that they need. Little Johnny. But either way, or snare duration on Scoop would also be a big help. But Jorv taking a lot of damage here, but he's got the plant slams. Oh my god, he might have killed Rocco.
Yeah,
he might have actually traded. Wow. That was some good hits. He wasn't really juking too hard because of the slow, but he got some nice hits in there. He was actually able to take Rocco with him. As Gnaw, that's pretty impressive, but Danimal's pretty hurt. Gonna have to fall back using that hammer in order to get all his health back though, because, you know, lol heal. Snow Shovel.
One thing I just noticed there was when we were wondering if he was actually going to die to the DOT, he just went ahead and used her Gripping Gaze on bottom lane and wasn't needed and would have been a miss anyways. And then Danimal was like 1 HP, well not 1 HP, but low enough to where if she had saved the Gripping Gaze for him, she could have turned that into a kill. So kind of like that's got to feel bad, you know. She was just trying to make sure the dude was dead, but because she did that, she could have made that from a 1-for-1 to a 1-for-2. Either way, the advantage is heal-wise and solar-wise, it's pretty much even, but map control-wise, it is totally in favor of PlayingToDie right now. They are doing a good job of taking their pushes, fighting those initiations. They go for, they have no qualms. They just go in with the Gripping Gaze, trap them down, and except for now, when Shiz might be going down, she has the Gripping Gaze, tries to make him low. Jorv has to fight the 1v2. I don't think he's going to get out that easily. Actually, he is, because the Rabbit Key, they weren't able to keep the Vengeance on him to counter that out. And now he is going to be a 1v2 scenario.
He doesn't have rabbit teeth. That was just them not just
God,
not
I'm so used to
initiating
Nas
hard enough.
having rabbit teeth that I just automatically say that. He's not going to get him rabbit teeth. He actually has. He has damage. He has.
I would like to say that like Ulip's auto attack swing right now with like the because he's gotten damage on Wrench Swing as well as the increased attack speed, but Jorv might actually go down here. While I'm talking about that, he went in for the creep instead of going behind cover. There we go. Now he's safe. Oh, but Rocco might go down to Ulip. Nah, he's gonna get the health back and get away. But either way, something I wanted to mention here: Ulip and Naw's DPS on auto attack right now is kind of crazy because like Ulip's got the 165 damage Wrench Swing along with that attack speed upgrade after getting a health back, and that lasts for a good few seconds. It's 10 smacks. It's not actually seconds or time based, so you got to kind of conserve that. But now it's 169. Just look at how he melts everything. Imagine like that against Rocco can like compare to Rocco's DPS almost. It's absolutely nuts.
Indeed, and they're just the way they can go in. Like, okay, the cool condition is more or less dinos are the big plus, but like I think definitely on Rocco and most of the time on Scoop, they just find that Gripping Gaze and that spit and then 2 weed slams. That's a kill. It really is, and that's what's so extraordinary. Because if they can keep that during that stun, the abilities don't go off, and they can keep this the same around Scoop, then that's like that's where his whole thing goes from. Because his tanking abilities, he has a big base HP, but his actual like recuperation comes entirely out of his 2 abilities. if he doesn't get the sustain off those, he's actually kind of easy to kill.
Absolutely. But Shiz taking a little bit damage. Oh my god, is he gonna get away? Oh my god. Scoop could get land a nice hammer, but it doesn't look like it's gonna happen. But Jorv is in a bad spot. Scoop's just gotta jump on him. Is he gonna do it? All he's gotta do is throw a hammer. All you gotta do is right-click Danimal. Danimal, right-click. Danimal, please right-click. He's not right-clicking. Rocco right-clicked, but he missed, and Jorv is gonna get the health back and pretty much be safe. Oh my god, Danimal might die in this exchange. Look at all that. The auto attack damage is coming out. Lots of damage from Na and Yulip with that auto attack. Surprisingly scary. Rocco here trying to fight them. Oh, Shiz is gonna go down to the binding, so there's Danimal making the plays that he needs to make. It's like Jorv here almost gets hit by the precision shot, just managed to dodge it. Just manages to dodge it. It looks like Scoop's actually going to die because of DOT, and Jorv's gonna get all that health from the creeps. Oh my god, is he gonna 1v2 this? Is he gonna pull the God Gamer plays?
Well, Persis,
oh man,
Jorv took Persis creeps and Persis took Jorv's creeps.
Oh my god, he hit him! All the plant slam!
He still has a little bit left, and is there still health at the top? Yes, there is. That's exactly what I needed. He's gonna teleport. LOL! Just made on the dude. He's gonna go spend 445 XP. And I was about to say, I want to see him pick it up Mirror Cure. That's the 120% health regeneration increase on Vengeance, and he does. And that is something that's gonna let him help him brawl not a lot better. The more sustain he has, the better. There's the spit, there's the gaze. Jorva's on the bottom lane, not ready to lead slam. Unfortunately, lack of communication is between them all game. They're still winning, but it can go wrong. Now Jorva's going to go down to Persis, less than half health. Just again, they need to have that coordination. They need to have the follow-ups on the initiations. And now, looks like they're going to push back up the bottom lane. Might see if they can try and take the bottom off this. They're not entirely sure if they can yet, but you know, she can only gaze one of them, and they're gonna go ahead and take a few more bars off of that. But yeah, Scoop Rocco versus Yulip Na. Pretty close match. Slightly, it's again like last game. The kill favor is in favor of Danimal and Persis, but the push and map control is always in favor of Yulip and Na. What can Danimal and Persis do to not be constantly just out controlled and out pushed by these guys?
Like, they've got a lot of brawling potential now, especially with the extra regen during Vengeance, the, what's it called? Mirror Cure. But, and they've definitely got enough damage to get the job done. And, like, honestly, so does, PlayingToDie, but actually taking a lot of damage there in exchange, but nobody's actually died from it. Ruckus gonna get those creeps. But, you know, they just need that really big impact play. I don't know how to describe it, but just like Little Johnny might be something, maybe just because I really like that upgrade and because it's just so strong. It's more just kind of just my personal taste, but either way, it still would make a huge difference if they can get that double stun and just win the game off of that, because they've got such good push if they can just body a turret, but they haven't really been able to do that just because of the area control that PlayingToDie has. And you know, Jorv and Shiz have pretty respectable damage just through unconventional means, like say auto attack. But Shiz is actually going to get the grip engage, but it doesn't matter because he's going to go down to Rocco. Jorv taking a ton of damage, but he's going to get behind tower. This is when they should clear these droids and push this bottom turret, which is exactly what they're going to not do. Now they're doing it. Oh,
the lane rotation. Great prediction.
That was really smart because he knew that Jorv would probably try and contest and try to get the spit and plant slam because of that ridiculous damage it has with the combo, like 500. But he actually predicted it, jumped up and killed Jorv while he had like no health because Rocco's auto attack does so much damage. Yulip is only just dropping now and he's still got to block back, so they're going to take 2 towers here. They're finally making the push they need. We might be getting close to GG just because this push is so good. Oh, but Shiz doing so much damage to Rocco, but he kind of mistimes the grip engage just a little. They should be able to body this turret, but it seems like Rocco isn't committed to it for some reason. They easily could have bodied that turret since Yulip was off cooldown slow. But it looks like Jorv is going to go in here, take a bunch of damage. Are they actually going to get the kill here? Oh, they just do! Just barely.
They're taking a bunch of control back. Like, they're chain feeding now. This is not good. They need to calm down. They need to recuperate. They have to play on defense. They don't. This is kind of interesting. This is the first time we really see Shiz and Jorv pressured this hard in either match, and they don't really seem to know how to respond. They don't seem to realize that they need to say, "Hey, let's stop going in for just a second to get back together." Now Shiz is gonna have a tough time defending this. They might end it right there. They got Super Droid, 2 droids, and Rocco and a Scoop all on this. Signals to Dino clear, but I don't think it'll be enough without the Gnaw to clear things up. Gnaw needs to get out there right now. They need to get out. He's trying to just keep them away. And as soon as Shiz is ready, I think he's going to go in. But Danimal and Perseus know this. Now, the amount of pressure that Danimal and Perseus have picked up because they managed to kill Null on defense 2 times in a row is just immense. Dying on defense is like the worst mistake in the game. Because, okay, if you die when you're on offense and you have map control, they still have to get the push back up. When you're on defense, that means that they just take the turret free. They're already pushing. So they get a lot more push out of it. The time they would normally spin pushing up the droids and clearing droids, they spin on your turret. And now we're getting big engagement, droids going down again. This might be the game. There's no way you'll win the 1v2 versus Russell.
He's got that movement speed on Vengeance, but it's going to run out. Shiz taking a lot of damage. Is this going to be the end of the final match of the day? He doesn't have precision shot, but it doesn't matter. GG. Shiz is admitting defeat. And that is game. And that is a win for Endangered Danimals.
Are you telling me Shiz is Yulip lost in competitive? Nah. There's something wrong with this replay. This replay is bugged. There's no way Yulip lost the game in competitive.
I mean, I don't know, man. It says defeat on my screen, you know.
It says victory on mine because I was on a red team character. Must be bugged.
Haha. Very, very, very funny.
So, all that said, what should the blue team have done differently?
I like, really the only mistake there was that Nah kind of fell for that bait there, and he, like, you know, well, really it was more Rock who predicted him pretty well, but it was kind of an obvious play. They died on, like, they had the map control, and the fact that they were, you know, the red team, Endangered Danimals, finally got that push going, wasn't the inherent issue. It's that they kind of got wiped, like, once and a half. Well, I say once and a half. They got wiped once, and then Nah died on defense. That started the snowball, and, you know, they just had all that damage and initiation. That, you know, because that's the thing about those characters. If they get the, you know, the momentum going and the snowballing going, then frickin' they're gonna storm you. It's just that Shiz and Jorf were doing a really good job at the area control, and surprisingly, like, keeping up with the damage and, you know, trading well, despite having less kills. They had the area control. They were doing a really good job, I got to admit. But then they died on defense, and that was just it, because, you know, 14-5 Rocco, well fed, and just all that damage, and they got scooped. It's just really deadly.
Indeed. And we kept talking about that little Johnny. They didn't even need that. They just kept on fighting the enemy team, and just like the Yulip Nah combo works so extremely well together. But when Yulip's by herself, like, there's like no plays that she can make. And a lot of times when it was Yulip that died, Nah can 1v2 and actually do well. We saw the Jorf do that successfully a couple of times. But when it's the other way around, like, what can Yulip do? Like, just completely pushed out. Hit dinos.
You can spam very annoying taunts at the enemy. That's what you can do.
Tell them that no one's allowed in the workshop. That'll show them.
Yeah, you can tell them they're not allowed in the workshop as they destroy your workshop. It's pretty much what you can do. But yeah, I mean, like, and in a 2v2 scenario, you can see those kind of strange comps come through and, you know, have some screen time. Because, I mean, like, if there were a third Knot, I guess you could probably add like a nice high burst, maybe sort of slightly beefier Knot to help with the team fights. I don't know, something like a something basic like a Clunk. I'm sure there would be a better option. That's just something that comes off the top of my mind. But then you could add a third Knot to the frickin' Rocco scoop. That would be even worse. But either way, that's kind of the beauty of 2v2. But that was a good match, and I think that's actually the last match of the stream, isn't it?
Yeah, it actually is. I do appreciate everyone coming by today. This is your Qualifier 1. Tomorrow we will be doing Qualifier 2. Check-in is at 9 a.m. Eastern, same time as today. And the matches start at 1 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/Awesomenauts Rumble. Go ahead and click that follow button so you don't even have to worry about it. And you'll make sure you won't miss it. Uberency, I appreciate you casting with me, dude. It's been an absolute blast with you. We won't be seeing you back tomorrow, I believe. I'm not sure. We're going to see you back for the playoffs 2 Sundays from now?
Probably. I'd be down to do something for the playoffs, but I believe you have someone else to fill my role for tomorrow.
It's going to be Edster, the Edster 27, and Nicolette Channel's going to be coming back. So we're going to have a lot more giveaways. Don't miss it. But that said, we are heading out for the day. Thanks again for coming by, everyone. And y'all have a great rest of your evening.